Hi guys, welcome to something new on my channel. This is called Do It Better. For those of you that haven't seen it, Dr. Benji made a video where he took over Aston Villa and basically tried to keep them up and get them as high up the table as he possibly could. I think he ended up finishing 17th, so he did keep them up. And then at the end of the video, he challenged other football manager players to see if they can keep Aston Villa up and see how they get on. So I've decided to take on that challenge and see how I get on. I've simulated through to November so far, so this video will just be to show you the players we've brought in, the players we've moved on, and then I'll have part 2 where I'll show you the schedule, show you how we're getting on so far, play a few games. This is only going to be a relatively short series. There's only going to be 5 parts. I'll play a couple of games in each episode. Most of it will be played offline as I'm wanting to concentrate more on the mighty Man United and a couple of other things I have in mind. So without further ado, let's get into the outgoing transfers first. I loaned out a number of players, mostly young players, nothing from the first team. Jordan Veretout gone out to Burnley as I didn't see him playing much part in the first team. We sold on Libor Kozak to Stade Rennais for 1 million. We sold on Alex Sissoko and Gabi Agbonlahor to Norwich City, and Carlos Sanchez to Swansea. All of them players, I wasn't overly impressed with their stats. They were all on relatively high wage, so I moved them on to look to bring in a mixture of experience and youth, really. So in terms of incomings, we brought in Florentin Pogba, the brother of Paul Pogba, on loan. His stats are relatively good. He was just a backup centre-back, really. We've brought in Bakayoko from Monaco on loan. He's a central midfielder, fairly good stats. He's played pretty well for me so far. Got a couple of goals. Nothing special, but he does a job. We've also brought in on loan Tom Carroll from Tottenham. He's a player I've had in other series where I've played in Championship level, lower Premier League level, and he's been very, very good. So I brought him in. We're paying, I think it's 60% of his wages, relatively low loan fee. So I brought him in. Initially, he was just going to be back up, but he has forced his way into the first team. He's got an average rating of, let's have a quick look. His average rating is 7.36 in the Premier League, 1 goal, 1 assist in 7 games. So he's playing really, really well, so I haven't been able to take him out of the first team, to be perfectly honest. And then in terms of permanent signings, we brought in Peter Crouch for £475,000. He was brought in as a backup for Rudy Gestede. We only really had, after we sold on Agbonlahor, we only really had Rudy Gestede and Jordan Ayew as strikers. So I brought in Peter Crouch. His wage demands were relatively low. His stats aren't too bad for a target man. As you can see, he's got relatively decent stats. So he's not played very much. He's only started 2 games. He's got no goals at all. So he's just a backup, really. We also brought in Arnold Muvuambe. Probably butchered that. But he's a very, very good midfielder from Lyon. Not played very much. He got injured in his first couple of weeks in the club. But relatively good stats. He again was brought in as a backup. And then the main signings, we brought in Andrea Zivkovic from Partizan Belgrade for 1.2 million. He's been very, very good since he's come in. He's got a few goals, a few assists. Most of you will probably know him because he's a bit of a legend on Football Manager. He turns into a fantastic player. So I brought him in. He's doing a good job for me. And then the big signing we made was Moussa Dembele from Fulham. It does say 7.5 million. We only paid 2 million up front and the rest is on terms. But he's a player I have used before. He's very, very good. Scores a lot of goals. He did pick up an injury, so at the moment Jordan Ayew is starting up front alongside Rudy Gestede. But Moussa Dembele, when he's fully fit, is definitely somebody who'll be getting into this team and hopefully scoring a lot of goals for us. So I'll just quickly show you where we are at in the table currently. We're sat in 16th place with 13 points from 11 games. We do have a game in hand, which if we win we will go joint 10th. So not too bad. It's obviously Aston Villa were bottom on very, very little amount of points at this point in the season in real life, so a significant improvement. I think they only finished on 17 points, so after 11 games, we're only 4 points behind their finishing total. So I'm very promising. We have already played City, we've played Arsenal, we've played a lot of the big teams. So we should have a few relatively easy games coming up now. So hopefully we can get a few points on and climb into the mid-table area. But I'm very, very happy with this actually. I'm quite enjoying this save at the moment. So it may be something I'll look to do more than one season really. See how far we can get with Aston Villa. I hope you guys like this idea. Obviously, in the next episode, we will have some gameplay. This was just an update to tell you what is happening with this series, really. This will come out alongside the Mighty Man United, so that's not going to stop. I have a number of episodes recorded, ready to upload, so they will still come out daily. I have a couple of other ideas as well. I'm going to start doing some Football Manager experiments. We can make some changes in the editor, and then progress through a season or 2 seasons or 5 seasons, if you will, and see exactly what happens, what consequences them changes have. So I'm going to look to do some of them. I just want to bring a bit of variety to the channel, really, rather than just bringing Man United content every single day. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Part 2 will come out in 1 week's time. These videos will come out weekly. Obviously, I don't want to throw too much content at you. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and until next time.